Hello YouTube. Today I'm filming a 2004 Honda Civic. Now for a car that is from '04 and is 16 years old now, this isn't that bad. There's a few areas I'm going to be patching and I'm going to be putting in some new metal in those areas. So I just sprayed it with the acetic acid so it's actually etching away at any rust inside these areas. Now I made a video about how to use acetic acid to pull any rust out of some pitting that you may come across in any sort of build that you're doing, especially in areas that use salt on the roads. All those chemical reactions going on the metal from the salt is going to be heavy in these areas, so you're going to want to tackle any rust while you can. Now, as I originally thought this was just going to be some surface rust, as the bubbling usually is just a sign of the metal slowly eating away, and usually you can save it, but at this point I already know I need to weld in new metal everywhere on these areas, and since this is my girlfriend's car, I'm not charging her. Usually for customers, I would tell them to get a new hood at this point because you'd be paying $100 per hour for my labor. As these Civics are a common car to find parts for, and you can actually get a brand new hood for usually under like $200. Or if you want like OEM quality from the factory, you're going to pay a little bit more. Or you can even score one from the salvage yard, which is OEM material, for like half the price because you're going to be doing body work anyway. And you just pick one from a rust-free area. Now, I am showing this because I also want to show how to repair hoods. I actually showed a little bit on the Wagoneer that I'm working on at the shop right now. And I'm trying to make sure that I cover as many cars as I can to help out you guys on YouTube with all the info I have in my head. I'm just trying to show you what real life problems you may come across. Now, of course, I'm just repairing this car from the bottom of my heart. I'm not really trying to do it to make money or doing anything like that, because honestly, this would be a pretty costly car to repair because of how much work there is on it for the customer. And I love restoring cars no matter what year or style they are, because most cars just need a tender loving care approach to things, and then you can usually have a pretty decent car that looks brand new, and you might have to do some maintenance, but all used cars have maintenance, so there's really not a downside to trying to keep your cars in the best condition or get them to showroom finish every time that you go and refinish them. Also, just remember to like and subscribe if you like looking at all these repairs and you want more professional tips just like this on how to fix things all the time. Now, I'm going to be doing a lot of different cars in the future. Our shop is growing all the time, but we're pretty small right now, and that's okay. That allows us to put a lot more time and quality into all of our projects and try to get everything back to showroom finish, as all these cars are collectibles and they deserve to be treated that way. I know that this Civic isn't a collectible, I'm talking about the classic cars, but it doesn't mean that current modern cars shouldn't receive the same amount of care or dedication. And I'm trying to get this car back to showroom finish. Now, this is pretty common in old school cars, so to tackle this project, this should go pretty easily, so stay tuned. Alright, YouTube, what we're going to do is the areas where I'm going to just put in the new metal, I'm going to ground down a little bit underneath, and I'm going to install them. Alright, guys, I welded up and put in the new metal in those areas. So, put some primer down, put my filler down. Alright, YouTube, this is what the rear panel has come out to so far with all the primer on it and wet sanding it. Can't even tell there was a crack there anymore. And I'm starting to work on the rest of the quarter panel. You gotta do some sanding to feather that in. And this is pretty much as far as I got on the second stage of primer. I'll overlook it again. I'll put guide coat on it, and then I'll check it, see if it needs a glaze, and then we'll spray it with the color. Alright guys, I have a few more areas that we have to do some work on, but I already made one patch. That area has been faded out. We're gonna sand it down. Right now it's needs a little bit more work, a little bit more filler, but everything's coming along pretty well.